My wife was an avid hiker, a backpacker through and through. She went night hiking with a male hiking buddy she met online. A few hours into the mountains, they lost contact. I posted a help message online offering a hefty reward. The internet exploded. Some said I was destined for a green pasture, calling me Captain Cuckold. Others suspected the whole thing was a deliberate setup, a meticulously planned revenge against the cheating couple. I posted a clarification: please refrain from malicious speculation. Thank you for your concern. She loves me very much. Chapter 1. Hubby, our phones are almost dead and we're lost. You have to help me figure something out. When I received my wife's message, I was out of town attending a seminar for a new project. Below the message, there was a location pin. My hands trembled as I tapped open the map. The location was deep within the rarely visited parts of Phoenix Peak. Looking at the message timestamp, it was already half an hour old. I frantically called my wife. Her phone was off. My mind went blank. Phoenix Peak was an undeveloped wilderness, over 3,000 feet high, with dense forests and surrounding mountains, easy to get lost in. There might even be wild animals. These were all things my avid hiker wife, Victoria Davies, had told me. She had arranged a night hike with a fellow enthusiast early this morning and had even messaged me to say she was safe when she set off. How could it, in just a few short hours? I dared not dwell on the consequences. After a brief moment to calm myself, I collected my thoughts. Right now, I was the only one who could save them. My wife needed me to save her. I scrolled through our old chat logs and found information about the hiking buddy she was with. Daniel Peterson, male, 28, a coach at a local gym, met my wife in a hiking group. Victoria had always been very open with me, always telling me in detail who she was going hiking with. Everyone has hobbies, right? As long as she was happy, I, of course, supported her unconditionally. On the high-speed train back to the city, I first called the police. Then I contacted the forestry department. A staff member helped me retrieve a surveillance screenshot of them entering the mountain at 3:05 a.m. today. I quickly compiled the screenshot, clear photos of Victoria and Daniel, the time and place of their disappearance, and other information, posting it on major websites, hoping an experienced search and rescue team could help. Time was critical. Without food and water, their strength would fail. After dark, the temperature in the mountains would drop sharply, and there were wild animals. I shivered, my scalp tingling. I added another reward, 10,000 for successfully finding them. The messages in my website's backend pinged incessantly. To my utter surprise, netizens weren't offering any useful leads. Instead, they started suspecting me. Husband out of town, wife goes missing after hiking with a strange man. That's a lot of information to unpack, isn't it? What a brilliant move, a perfect setup to get rid of them both. Genius. What's going on? Did I just stumble upon fresh material for a true crime show? With a hint of green, too, the further I scrolled, the more outrageous the comments became. Netizens actually suspected I was the culprit. Just as I was about to reply, my mother-in-law called. It turned out she had also seen the message I posted online. Chapter 2. Sincere. What happened? Vicky's missing? Eleanor's voice was trembling and urgent. Mom, I struggled to keep my composure. She's not missing, they just got lost. They should be safe. Don't worry, the search and rescue team will find them soon after they go up the mountain. Who is Vicky with? The person you posted about. Is it a man? Yes. Thinking about it, a pang of bitterness welled up inside me. Sincere, dear, don't overthink it. Vicky is just a bit playful. She wouldn't do anything out of line. I'll give her a good scolding when she gets back, Mom. I have to go. Another call is coming in. It was a journalist. After a brief interview, they compiled the news of my wife's disappearance and spread it across various media platforms to seek help. Beneath the posts, netizens argued even more fiercely, is this guy an idiot? He's practically Mr. Green, and he's still thinking about saving that cheating couple a 10,000 reward. That's an expensive cuckold's hat, fellow men. Keep an eye on your wives. Is hiking really the objective here? Captain Cuckold, little lamb has no strength left. Quickly give him a push. Apart from those suspecting me of plotting to kill my wife, Most were mocking me for being cuckolded. Some said I was brilliant, killing with shame, exposing the adulterous couple to humiliate them. My heart pounded in my chest. I didn't know what I was feeling, only that I wanted to find my wife as soon as possible. I pinned a reply in the comments section. Please don't judge without knowing the full picture. I implore everyone not to maliciously slander my wife. I hope even more that people can provide contact information for experienced search and rescue teams. My phone rang constantly. Friends called to comfort me, then subtly advised me not to invest too much in someone unworthy. My mother-in-law anxiously inquired about the progress. Then there were various media outlets, curious onlookers. Daniel Peterson's parents also called, saying they were waiting for me at the foot of Phoenix Peak. On social media, a news account posted a video saying Daniel's parents had their planned route map, which could be very helpful for the search. By the time I reached the foot of Phoenix Peak, one rescue team had already gone up the mountain. The media, originally surrounding Daniel's parents, swarmed towards me when they saw me. Mr. Miller, were you aware of Victoria and Daniel's plan to enter the mountain beforehand? What are your thoughts on the netizens' speculations about Victoria and Daniel's relationship? Was Miss Davies's disappearance planned by you? Was it intentional retaliation due to discovering marital infidelity? They were all young journalists from new media outlets, like flies to filth, creating sensationalism to attract traffic. I angrily pushed through the crowd and stepped inside the restricted area. The rescue team had set up a temporary command center. Daniel's parents were also there. It's all your fault, can't you control your own wife? Flirting with other men and taking them up the mountain. If anything happens to my son, I'll make you pay. Daniel's parents lunged at me, unleashing a torrent of accusations. I want to see their route map into the mountain. It was a photo, timestamped 3 days ago. This route, it seemed, wouldn't allow for an early morning ascent and an evening descent, as Victoria had told me. A thought more sinister than any netizen's speculation bloomed in my mind. It wasn't me who was pulling a disappearing act, it was her. Them. Getting lost was the smokescreen, running away together was their real plan. Then I dismissed it. In the 21st century, eloping and living incognito wasn't realistic. I strode out of the restricted area, facing the microphones and cameras of the waiting journalists. Regarding my wife's disappearance on Phoenix Peak, I hope the vast majority of netizens will be merciful with their words. My wife Victoria and I are very much in love. We've known each other for 5 years, and I understand her character. I also implore all sectors of society, any hikers familiar with Phoenix Peak, or experienced search and rescue personnel, to lend a hand. I would be immensely grateful. As I spoke, tears welled in my eyes, and I bowed deeply to the cameras. Chapter 3. The online storm raged even more fiercely. Some called me a pure love warrior. Some said I was deliberately catching them in the act. Some said I was retaliating against the cheating couple, and others claimed it was all a publicity stunt. The topic quickly trended. A photo of my haggard face during an interview became the topic's feature image, and my online help post with Victoria's and Daniel's personal information was widely shared. The immense heat of the topic was exactly what I wanted. The sun was gradually setting in the west, and the temperature on the mountain was dropping. A second, more professional search and rescue team arrived. Disregarding all attempts to stop me, I put on search gear and went up the mountain with them. The mountain forest at night was like a ghostly hell. The swaying shadows of trees were eerie, and the cries of birds and beasts echoed from time to time. Scattered branches on the ground were like a demon's soul snatching tentacles reaching from underground. There weren't even proper paths, nor any decent scenery. I didn't know what those hiking backpackers were obsessed with. The overnight search yielded no results. My body and face were scratched by branches in multiple places. Dark circles, a bluish-gray stubble, and swollen eyes testified to my exhaustion. As the sun rose, I wondered how they had spent the night. After debriefing with the first rescue team at the foot of the mountain, I caught some sleep in a tent, still in my clothes. The online buzz only grew. attracting many clout chasers, like Daniel Peterson's ex-girlfriend, more accurately, a woman he had wronged. She posted that Daniel was a promiscuous flirt who would disappear irresponsibly. She said everything happening to him now was well-deserved. This had nothing to do with me, but it added another layer of mystery as time went on. Netizens were almost convinced I had deliberately retaliated against my wife and her lover, verbally attacking me. Isn't it obvious? The suspect appears as a victim to divert attention. I suggest investigating Sincere Miller. How could experienced backpackers not carry backup power and GPS devices? He looks like a devoted husband rescuing his missing wife, but he's actually playing a much bigger game, they seem to. I've forgotten that just hours ago, they were sympathizing with me, angrily condemning my wife for hiking alone with a strange man. Someone else's speculation sent a cold shiver down my spine. A young, handsome, and promiscuous fitness coach. Why hasn't anyone suspected this is a setup within a setup? Maybe Sincere Miller paid Daniel Peterson to quietly get rid of his cheating wife. How perfect. Once this was said, it instantly gained widespread agreement. I had dozed off for a bit in the tent when the commotion outside woke me. Victoria and Daniel had both been found. Without even bothering to put on my jacket, ignoring my throbbing head, I stumbled out. Victoria and Daniel were on stretchers, being carried down the mountain by rescue personnel. Medical staff surrounded them, examining and treating them. Through the bustling crowd, I saw Victoria look up at me. There seemed Tobe tears in her eyes, an unreadable expression. Then she was lifted onto an ambulance. Daniel was put into another ambulance. He should know who I was. Our eyes met, a hostile and provocative look that only men would understand. His windbreaker was on Victoria. This past day and night, they must have experienced many unforgettable things. Eleanor arrived at the hospital almost at the same time as we did. Besides thanking and apologizing to me, she kept saying she would give her daughter a severe scolding and tell her not to do dangerous things anymore. Now, the more dangerous things seemed to be public opinion online. Some said my plan had failed, some said it was just an ordinary missing person incident, and some said Victoria and Daniel would never forget this night. Videos from the rescue scene leaked out. Someone analyzed them frame by frame, pointing out that the buttons on Victoria's innermost shirt were done up wrong. Under what circumstances would someone misbutton their shirt? Obviously, when they're flustered, don't you know skin-to-skin contact is warmer than a blanket? To the person above, couldn't she have just misbuttoned it while getting dressed before setting out? I'm more concerned about what caused the lack of preparation that led to them getting lost. My guess is the woman will soon issue a statement about how they survived the day and night on the mountain, clarifying that there was no improper relationship with her hiking buddy. Ultimately, the honest guy takes all the blame. My wife lay in the hospital bed receiving an IV drip. She didn't dare to look me in the eye, cautiously thanking me for saving her. I tucked her blanket in without saying a word. She must have seen all those varied comments online. Chapter 4. This is a high-level overt plot the whole country knows. This move is unbeatable, bro. Your alleged sis-in-law needs a thorough checkup, or she'll have symptoms like nausea and vomiting prediction. Next up is a divorce announcement, live-streamed mutual accusations, and raking in the cash. Victoria was on the verge of collapse from the online rumors and slander. She couldn't eat or sleep well. She held my hand, looking at me pitifully. Hubby, it's really not like they say. Believe me, please believe me, okay? Even Eleanor spoke up for her. Sincere, you should know Victoria. She's not that kind of girl. She'll never go hiking again. Once this blows over, we'll live a good life. I smiled at them and said, don't worry, Mom. There are no knots between Vicky and me that can't be untied. It's just the netizens stirring up trouble. I'll post a clarification tonight. No one can hurt Vicky. Victoria and Eleanor looked at me with gratitude in their eyes. Please refrain from malicious speculation. Thank you for your concern. She loves me very much. After I posted the clarification, the netizens exploded. Is the honest guy really taking all the blame? What kind of special powers does sis-in-law have? This was supposed to be an accident story. Thought we'd get some earth-shattering gossip, and this is it? Actually, this guy has something. One word, brilliant. The public's enthusiasm was still soaring. Wasn't this the result I wanted? I gently embraced Victoria, lightly stroking her hair. Sweetie, how could hubby not believe you? Let hubby help you get ready. Tonight, we'll do a live stream together to clarify things and slap those gossipers in the face with our actions, okay? Victoria's eyes first showed astonishment, then turned to emotion. A crystal tear overflowed from her eye. She reached out, wrapped her arms around my neck, her voice choked. Hubby, I really wasn't mistaken about you. You're so good to me. I reached out and patted her back. Get up, take a shower, put on some makeup, face the most unforgettable moment of your life looking your best. Victoria and I sat side by side in the live stream room. I held her hand tightly, easing her nervousness. 100,000 viewers flooded in instantly. Sis-in-law, tell us the details from the mountain, huh? Was it thrilling and unforgettable? Sincere, what on earth made you so magnanimous? What exactly is the reason for being so desperate? There were also many taunts and insults directed at Victoria. She trembled when she saw them. I comforted her softly. Hubby is here. I ignored those meddlesome comments, simply recounting the youthful days of how Victoria and I met, fell in love in college and got married, and how we supported each other when we first entered society. Victoria also recalled those earlier years, gradually melting with emotion. But the netizens didn't seem to buy it. Got it, bro. You have a special fetish, the greener the better, right? Sis-in-law, what kind of love potion did you give, bro? Hiking group invite, please. I want to meet sis-in-law. Everyone must want to know why I'm so good to Victoria. Because she's a special woman, always surprising and astonishing me. Victoria tried to pull her hand away, but I held it firmly. Hubby, I want a drink of water. Her voice trembled, her palms sweating. The leading lady can't leave this great show. I synchronized the pre-prepared audio and video to the live stream page. The live stream room already had over 300,000 viewers. Victoria's face grew increasingly pale. Chapter 5. A few sweet words and he's wrapped around my finger. Money, car, house. Even the dowry, I can ask for anything, Mom. Don't worry, I've got Sincere Miller completely under my thumb. He just transferred me 1,000% for pocket money yesterday. I call all the shots at home now. Lily, do you know any reliable doctors? I'm pregnant. The problem is I don't know whose it is, so I can't risk it. I told Sincere we're going on a trip for a week, and when I get back I'll say it's my period. That should fool him. It has to be reliable. Oh, stop it. Last time you left me sore all over and there was a mark on my shoulder. He almost found out I bought you a set of hiking gear. I bet you'll love it. These were all audio clips I'd extracted from the dash cam. A timeline from just after we got married until not long ago. Next came the video. I had installed a micro camera in the bedroom. Daniel Peterson wasn't the first man she'd brought home. I took pixelated screenshots of Victoria's passionate encounters with various men. The last one was Daniel, with the time specially marked. It was the night before they went missing, the day I was away on a business trip. After fooling around in my bed, they set off for the mountains in the early hours, wanting to try something exciting in the wild. There were also many lewd chat logs between her and other hikers. I was worried the live stream would be shut down, so I didn't dare show them. I gripped Victoria's wrist tightly. She was already trembling uncontrollably from fear, trying to break free. Sweetie, tell everyone, is this true or not? I raised an eyebrow at Victoria. She screamed, clawed at her hair, and ran into the bedroom, locking the door behind her. The live stream was a massive success. The netizens who got their fill of gossip were satisfied, yet eagerly anticipated an even more exciting follow-up. Saw the videos and chat logs. To be a good person, like and follow for free. Sharing the guy is so astute. And the woman thought she could fool him. Ha, serves her right. To be cursed by thousands, I guessed the follow-up. Let me predict again, the woman will figure it out and team up with Daniel Peterson to fight back. Clarification isn't important. Who has too much money? When Sincere offered $10,000 to find his wife, you all laughed at him for being cuckolded. He earned 100,000 in gifts from one live stream. He's laughing at you for being poor and foolish. Even more envious than the netizens was Daniel Peterson. He also started live streaming, but in his version it seemed to be a different story. Folks, be careful with your gossip. I was just paid to do a job. I never expected to get involved in your family drama. Since you're throwing dirt on me, let's just air each other's dirty laundry. Daniel Peterson also started an account and live streamed, spouting nonsense with his legs crossed in the stream. Half a month ago, Sincere Miller approached me to seduce his wife, take her up the mountain, get lost, and he would arrange for our rescue. After it was done, he'd give me 50,000. Now I want to ask, where's my money? Haven't I been played? The job's done, my reputation is ruined, and I didn't even get paid. Sincere Miller. Aren't you going to explain? You said you were unhappy about being cuckolded and wanted to ruin your wife's reputation. Do you dare admit it? This reversal exceeded the expectations of the gossip-hungry crowd. The popularity of his live stream soared. With Daniel's few words, netizens flocked to my page demanding an explanation. Never expected it to be this exciting. Sincere, your scheming is impressive. You're cut out for big things. Victoria's definitely done for. After all, Sincere Miller has all sorts of evidence. Victoria is no innocent woman. Now let's see how these two men tear each other apart. Really looking forward to it. Sincerely, give Daniel Peterson a ruthless slap in the face, not for any other reason. But if you admit to hiring Daniel to seduce your wife, this drama won't be as good. My comments section was overrun. My followers jumped from 56 to 150,000. Well then, let the bullets fly a little longer. I posted, spreading rumors isn't just about flapping your gums. Show some proof. Like a stampeding army, thousands rushed back to Daniel Peterson, demanding evidence of his contact with me. Chapter 6. While everyone was engrossed in the war of words between Daniel and me, they seemed to have forgotten about Victoria after that night's live stream. Victoria locked herself in the bedroom, and I proactively moved out. After responding to Daniel, I unexpectedly received a call from Victoria wanting to talk. Victoria, fully armed with a mask and sunglasses, furtively got into my car. What is it? Victoria was very wary. She didn't speak directly but pointed at the dash cam, hinting for me to turn it off. Is what you have to say so incriminating? I reached out and turned off the dash cam, simultaneously turning on the voice recorder in my pocket. Victoria let out a sigh of relief. You said we'd put on an act, gain popularity, make money from live streaming, and then quit. Now you and Daniel are at each other's throats, and I've become a pariah. What am I supposed to do? A cold sweat broke out on my back. This woman's cunning was far deeper than I had imagined. I chuckled. What are you talking about, Victoria? You're the one who cheated. I don't know anything. Let's find some time to get a divorce. You leave with nothing, not a single cent. Sincere Miller. Victoria suddenly became agitated. You used me as a stepping stone, got rid of me, and made money off the publicity, all while ruining my reputation. No way. Then what do you want? I thought I knew what Victoria was up to. Victoria took out her phone and quickly typed a line, husband and wife united in cashing in. As expected. I had a trick up my sleeve, and so did Victoria. Our conversation in the car, she recorded it and played it in her live stream. Victoria tearfully complained that I had used her, that everything from the beginning was a publicity stunt, that I was the instigator, and she was an innocent victim. Victoria was the alluring type. When she cried pitifully, the hearts of countless male netizens melted. Don't be afraid. I'll take you hiking. Come with Big Bro, you won't get lost. How come there are 3 different stories from 3 people? Are they all trying to clear their names, or is it just a coordinated stunt? I'm confused. I feel like Victoria's story sounds true. Maybe the cheating was real, but when the 2 men started fighting, they didn't include her, so she muddied the waters. Victoria live streamed for 3 consecutive days, crying for 3 days. On the 4th day, she started live streaming to sell products. She was attractive, her voice sweet, and there were always men willing to pay for beauty. If I buy your hiking gear, will a young married woman accompany me hiking? Link for power banks and compasses, please. What if I get lost? Order placed. Waiting for young ladies and wives to go hiking together, the kind where we don't get lost. That night, sales exceeded 100,000. After Victoria finished her stream, I put my arm around her shoulders solicitously, massaging her shoulders and legs. Good girl. You've worked so hard. Your makeup is all smudged from crying. Victoria sat on the chair with her legs crossed, her tone disdainful. Some are green with envy, some are green with gold. What more could you ask for? I quickly agreed, yes. Continue tomorrow night? Victoria leaned closer to me. Commission 50-50? I pinched her cheek. We agreed on 80-20. You're too greedy. Victoria fumed, stood up and pointed at me, cursing Sincere Miller. Don't go too far. We're in the same boat. How long do you think we can keep this script going? A few more days of this back and forth with no resolution, and those netizens will get bored. You want to go solo and sell products? Dream on. I can crush you in minutes. Victoria deflated, forced to concede. It's not fair for you to feast while I get crumbs. 70-30 then? I caressed her face. That's more like it. Okay. Don't make any more demands next time, Chapter 7. Victoria started live streaming product sales, almost confirming this was all a publicity stunt. Meanwhile, I was being excoriated online. Clickbait, huh? Hope you get cheated on every day. Thought you were the victim. Turns out you're the villain using netizens to fan the flames, wanting to make money yourself. Didn't expect to be outmaneuvered, did you? Some people had already started siding with Victoria. Victoria is so pitiful, foolishly believing you. Luckily, she can sell products now. What can you do? Just jump up and down behind your screen? They were like a pack of hyenas in a melon patch, unable to distinguish right from wrong, their emotions easily swayed by the slightest rumor. Just as agitated as the netizens was Daniel Peterson. He started a live stream saying Victoria and I were in cahoots, colluding to cash in on the fame, and warned netizens not to believe either of us. Victoria asked me what to do. I thought for a moment, after all, you and Daniel did have genuine feelings for each other. Call him and calm him down. Victoria told Daniel they should put on an act together. So, the two of them connected on a live stream and tore into each other all night. The gift revenue was substantial. For the next few days, Victoria and Daniel constantly argued on live stream. Victoria made these decisions without my consent. I even saw her go to Daniel's place after her stream and only come out the next morning. This was exactly the result I wanted. The real show was about to begin. As things progressed, the situation where all three parties had conflicting stories made the onlookers feel tired, even feeling like they had been played. After Victoria and Daniel had live-streamed their arguments for a few days, the popularity of their streams had significantly declined. I had been planning this game for so long, it was time to wrap it up. I posted the photos I had taken of Victoria and Daniel entering and exiting together, along with a photo of our marriage certificate, without any caption. One stone stirred up 1,000 waves. The enthusiasm of the onlookers was rekindled. Are they really a couple? So Sincere means Victoria and Daniel are in cahoots? Is he about to drop the hammer? So exciting, so the long tug of war was just plain hard to get. I felt like it was the cheating couple trying to save themselves after being exposed, coming up with different stories to confuse everyone. Victoria saw the photos I posted and frantically called and messaged me. I rejected all of them. For a whole day and night I said nothing, letting the netizens speculate wildly. When the netizens' curiosity reached its peak, I started a live stream. Over 100,000 people flooded in at once. I sat in the live stream room, silent, head down, fiddling with our marriage certificate in my hands. Appearing as a victim further confirmed the netizens' previous speculations. They sent barrages of encouraging comments, and virtual sports cars and carnivals continuously scrolled across the screen. Half an hour later, I finally spoke, All the evidence I previously released regarding Victoria's extramarital affairs is true. As for certain individuals' baseless accusations and slander, including but not limited to me hiring Daniel Peterson to seduce Victoria as part of a deliberate revenge plot, or me colluding with Victoria and Daniel to stage a drama for clout and money, and other false statements, I will pursue legal responsibility depending on the severity. I was sincere with Victoria, but she sought excitement outside our marriage, repeatedly cheating with online strangers. Even when she went missing on Phoenix Peak, I still believed her. But paper can't wrap up fire. Victoria, let's get a divorce. Please stop using our affairs to gain traffic and make money. Please, can you give me back my quiet and peaceful life? I looked at the camera, tears streaming down my face. Chapter 8. What a shameless woman. Even a moron would know who goes hiking with a member of the opposite sex they met online at midnight. Ugh. Oh well, no big deal. Just be more careful. Next life. It's been almost a month. Victoria isn't showing any symptoms of nausea or vomiting, is she? Blind guess, the next act in the script for the cheating couple is getting together. After all, being infamous is still a form of fame. Victoria must have seen these heart-wrenching comments. She ran directly to my house to find me. Sincere Miller? What are you doing? Didn't we agree to act out a script together and make money? Why did you suddenly expose me? Oh, I know, you want to ditch me and go solo? Victoria was furious. What are you talking about, Victoria? I don't understand. When are you free? Let's go through the divorce procedures. Otherwise, I will initiate legal proceedings. I walked away coolly, leaving Victoria to curse furiously. She had no way to clear her name anymore, unless she clung tightly to Daniel Peterson, and they both became infamous online personalities. Victoria shamelessly went to find Daniel, but unfortunately Daniel had already abandoned her as a pawn. That's not what you said when you were flirting with me in the group chat, Daniel. Didn't you say you liked me? Let's just get together, deal with Sincere Miller, and make some money while the hype lasts. Daniel sneered at Victoria. Stop dreaming. Do you think you still have a chance to make a comeback? You're now a reviled slut online at most. People will laugh at me for a bit, but there's a fundamental difference between us. Me team up with you? Am I crazy? Victoria lost even Daniel, her last straw. She slumped to the ground, watching Daniel ruthlessly abandon her. The more forbearing I appeared, the more netizens empathized with me. Consequently, public indignation flared, with everyone denouncing Victoria. I pleaded with everyone not to personally attack Victoria, as I had once loved her. The agitated netizens dug up all of Victoria's information, her parents' home, her workplace, and her past misdeeds. She called me crying, begging, Sincere Miller, I agree to divorce you, but can you make them stop cursing me? I'm really about to break down. I can't take it anymore. Their cursing you isn't my doing. What does it have to do with me? Victoria, let's get the divorce done quickly. Victoria's usual tactic was procrastination, but now there was no time left to procrastinate. Victoria's company fired her. She was originally just a receptionist, a cushy job I had pulled strings to get for her. Throughout our marriage, I had unconditionally supported her and her family financially. Without me, she lost most of her financial resources. Besides, she wasn't capable of finding a job, and now she didn't dare go out. Victoria finally agreed to the divorce, shamelessly demanding an equal division of marital assets. Victoria's calculations were astute. The dowry paid to her family was $200,000. Victoria's name was added to the title of the marital home, and I had consistently given her money to maintain her so-called hobbies after marriage. It turned out to be a calculation from start to finish. I submitted evidence of Victoria's marital infidelity to the court. Victoria had to compensate me for the entire dowry, and she wouldn't get a penny of my post-marital assets or property. Victoria's mother, Eleanor, my ex-mother-in-law, who was adept at smoothing things over, couldn't sit still. She approached me repeatedly, using all sorts of soft words. Sincere, dear, we're all family. Vicky made a mistake, and I've already had a good talk with her. Young people have tempers. You two have feelings for each other. You can't be impulsive. Listen to Mom, calm down. You still need to live a good life together, okay? Son-in-law, I'll move in with you. Vicky has also agreed to have a child soon. It takes 1,000 years of cultivation to share a pillow. Meeting each other isn't easy when soft words didn't work. She started throwing tantrums and making threats. I'm an old woman. Are you trying to push us to our deaths? The dowry was a sign of your sincerity in marrying Vicky. Why are you demanding it back upon divorce? Divorce is fine, but you can't have the money back. My daughter was married to you for several good years. Isn't that worth $200,000? Even if you paid for companionship, it would cost that much, right? Utterly shameless. I retorted, how much money did Victoria make from all those men she was with during our marriage? Why should I be the one footing the bill? My ex-mother-in-law's face turned pale with anger. How can you say my daughter does that kind of thing? You said it yourself, and she did indeed do such things. Chapter 9. Victoria returned the entire dowry, enforced by the court. I announced my divorce from Victoria online and received congratulations from numerous netizens who didn't forget to curse Victoria and Daniel, that cheating couple. Sincere, my man, you've really got something. They got what they deserved, let go of the wrong person, and embrace a new life go. Sincere Victoria and Daniel, who knows what sewer they're hiding in now. After the divorce, Victoria could only rely on her online notoriety to make a living. At first, she filmed hiking videos wearing sexy, tight yoga clothes trying to sell products. Unfortunately, netizens didn't buy it. Instead, they verbally abused her, and her sales rate was pitifully low. She then had to pay a large sum in compensation to her business partners and the influencer incubation company. After disappearing for a while, she suddenly resurfaced and officially announced she was with Daniel Peterson, which was truly shocking. A vixen and a scoundrel, a match made in hell. So you two really were something. Why pretend to be wrong before? We're just hiking buddies. Everyone, please don't maliciously speculate. Victoria said that, right? Don't tell me you two comforted each other after being cyberbullied and developed feelings. Curse them all you want, but please don't actually buy their stuff. Less than 12 hours after their official announcement video was posted, it was taken down by the platform, and both their accounts were permanently banned. Victoria and Daniel truly became bona fide internet pariahs. My social media account hasn't been updated for a long time, but whenever there's an online incident about cheating and exposing infidelity, netizens always bring me up, calling me the master of the overt plot. 3 months into our marriage, I went to the dealership for car maintenance and inadvertently overheard a phone call between Victoria and her mother on the dashcam recording. The resentment in my heart had no outlet. From then on, I discovered that Victoria was not only insincere towards me, but also engaged in substantial misconduct. I deliberately allowed things to escalate until Victoria and Daniel got involved. I had tampered with the portable power bank at home. It showed a full charge but was actually empty. The compass was also demagnetized. I had messed with all their equipment. With the right time, place, and people, they truly got lost on Phoenix Peak. I made this matter known to the world, leaving Victoria with no chance of redemption. I, on the other hand, gained both fame and fortune. The previous 2 live streams brought in nearly 200,000 in gifts, and now my account has close to 500,000 followers. A vlog documenting my daily life brought me back into the public eye, quickly garnering over 10,000 likes. Fans always report Victoria's latest situation under my posts. Victoria seems to have latched onto some businessman, basically being his mistress. She got beaten up by the original wife after being discovered there are pictures as proof. It's true, my friend was at that KTV. Heard she got her hair pulled and was kicked hard in the stomach. Could she be pregnant? It's probably because of that, otherwise why would they be so brutal? Being a knowing mistress is true, being pregnant is also true, the baby daddy. And the businessman she's with are not the same person, and she got beaten up because of debts. Why is no one talking about Daniel Peterson? Seems like he opened his own gym, scammed some money, and ran off. Who knew he messed with the wrong people? He's already been sued for fraud. A communal bunk bed is waiting for him. Online news was all over the place. I had no time to bother with it. I never directly responded to anyone's questions or speculations, just faced and interpreted everything with a positive attitude towards life. Advertisements, product endorsements, video revenue. I turned a failed marriage into a life of fame and fortune,